Greetings, students. Happy Monday. I hope each one of you had a great weekend. And so I'm excited to be back at Patillo with each one of you. And of course, this is your Monday message. And so I have a few things that I want to go over quickly just to kind of put on your radar. First of all, let me just talk about our affirmations. One of the students, a student asked me on Friday about affirmations. And so one reason why we do affirmations every day is because I think it's really good when people say positive things about you or when people say positive things about me. But I think it's really powerful when you say positive things about you. So it's one thing for me to say like, hey, I think you're extremely smart. But it's really powerful when you say, hey, I know I'm really smart. And so that's why we make affirmations every day on the announcements. And so I know some of you, you may be a little uncomfortable with making affirmations out loud, maybe in the presence of other people. But even if you don't make them out loud, like whisper them to yourself. And even if you don't whisper them, just think them to yourself. I think there's a lot of power in us learning how to encourage ourselves sometimes. And so keep making those affirmations every day with me as I announce them on the morning announcements. One other thing I would like to talk about is our behavior. So first of all, let me just say honestly, I have seen a tremendous improvement in behavior in our building. So I really want to just affirm you and just congratulate you right now and just say, hey, thank you for making better choices every day. Thank you for making better decisions every day. Thank you for thinking through your actions sometimes before you make them. And so even though we are making a tremendous amount of improvements, but we are still not there yet, okay? So again, I really need you to make sure that when you arrive at school every day, I need you to lock in. I really need you focused, and I need you to also make positive decisions. So if there's a situation or circumstance that arises in that moment that you already know that it's not going to lead to a positive outcome, as I say every day on the announcements, I need you to speak to a teacher, I need you to speak to a counselor, or I need you to come and speak directly to one of your administrators. You can speak to Ms. Pittman, your assistant principal, or you can speak to Mr. Jenkins, your principal. But I need you to continue to make good decisions at school and continue to think through those decisions. And just know that, as I say every day, every action does have a consequence, whether good action or bad action, okay? I want to also talk about bullying really fast, right? And so I want you to know that every kid in this building, including you, has a right to come to this school every day and to learn. You have a right to come to school to have fun. You have a right to come to school and not feel fearful. You have a right to come to school and not feel intimidated by others. You have a right to come to this school to feel safe. When your parents drop you off in front of the school building every morning, when the buses drop you off around back every morning, when you step on campus, your parents are entrusting us, your school leaders, your teachers, your school staff members. Your parents are entrusting us that when they drop you off and when you arrive at school, that you will be safe and that your livelihood will be intact. And so having said that, every one of you have a right to come to the school and to feel loved, to feel cared about, to be affirmed every day, and to not be fearful of situations. And so I want to say this, and I'm going to say it loud and clear, that this is going to be a school where there will be a absolute no tolerance, zero tolerance for bullying. If you are making students feel unsafe, if you are making students feel uncomfortable, whether it's verbally, whether it's physically, I'm telling you now, you will not be in this school, all right? Every student, including you, has a right to come to school every single day and to not be bothered by other students, all right? And so let me just define what it means by bullying. So bullying can be verbally. That means that I'm verbalizing things to you that make you uncomfortable. Bullying can be virtual. It can be things I'm posting on my social media. Bullying can be a lot of things. It don't even have to be spoken words. It can just be how I'm staring at you, trying to intimidate you. So bullying is a lot of things. And so what I want you to understand is that every one of you have a right to be in school every day, and you have a right to learn in an environment that's conducive for learning and that is not conducive for violence or fear. And so having said that, I am not going to tolerate bullying by any stretch of imagination. So if you have been bullied, don't ever hesitate to feel like you can't share that. You can come directly to me. You can go to Ms. Pittman. You can speak to a staff member or a teacher. If you have been bullying, then as of today, my advice to you is that it stops. Okay? So bullying is not going to be tolerated here at Patillo. All right? Next thing I want to talk about is fighting. I've been looking at a lot of the discipline data, and can we just be honest and say that there has been a good handful of fights this year. Over the course of the last few weeks, fighting has been at a low level. And so what I want you to also understand is that this is not going to be a place where fighting is going to be tolerated. When I got here, there's been some changes in the discipline policy. And so those changes have been made because I specifically want to send a strong message around fighting. If you fight at school, that's a 10-day suspension. And I'm going to be honest, we're almost at April. It's going to be really hard for you to recover academically after missing 10 days from school for a fight, right? And so what I want you to understand is if you have issues with another student, again, you need to speak to a teacher, you need to speak to a counselor, you need to speak to an administrator, and let us help you remedy and work it out, all right? Because if you have an issue with a student, you both should be able to coexist in a school, get what you need, and go home without feeling like you need to fight at school, all right? So again, fighting is not going to be tolerated. Fighting is going to come with a severe consequence. And so my advice to you is think before you act, think before you speak, and really take advantage of the opportunity to reach out to staff members who can help you remedy and resolve some of those situations, okay? Listen, I could not be any more proud of you guys, you students here at Patillo. I'm super proud. I'm proud of a lot of things right now. I'm really proud of just how some of your your grade level. I'm looking at the Bounce Back Challenge, and this is the last week for that. I'm really excited about our first winner that's going to be announced this week. I'm really excited about all the young men who have decided that during their lunches on Wednesday or Thursday that they want to be part of Game Changers. I'm really proud of all of our young ladies who goes to our mentoring program for young girls up on the second floor once a week. I'm really proud of all our student athletes who are playing baseball and softball and soccer and cross country, and I've got a chance to see a lot of you guys in action, and you're really performing at a high level. You're really trying your best to represent Patillo at a very, very high level. I'm just really proud of all the great things that are happening at W.A. Patillo Middle School right now. And so my encouragement to you is we need to stay focused, we need to stay on the grind, and we need to make it happen. And the last thing I want to say is just continue to respect each other. As your fellow students, respect your teachers. And listen, this goes two ways. So just as I'm encouraging you to respect each other and respect your teachers, I'm also saying the same thing to your teachers, that teachers need to also respect you as well. So we are not in the business where we are holding students to a standard that we're not modeling ourselves, all right? And so the adults in the building, they need to have the same respect for you as a human being as you have for them, okay? It takes everyone doing the right thing in order for this thing to work, all right? So having said that, listen, I hope that everyone has an amazing Monday. Hope that everyone has an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you in the hallways. I look forward to seeing you in your classes, all right? Have a great day.